everybody, Lauren from Hearing Lauren here. I want to talk to you about shifting your perspective on your hearing loss. To learn more about that, stay tuned. Before we get any further, I want you to hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon to be notified of any future videos. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. And we're going to get rocking and rolling on how to change your perspective on your hearing loss. I really want to talk to you about shifting from this negative mindset of my hearing loss defines me, I can't do anything because of my hearing loss, and this perspective that the world as a whole puts on hearing loss, and changing that and giving it a total 180 and looking at your hearing loss as a positive, and that's just something that's unique about you, and that it's a gift, and that it will never limit or define you. I'm going to talk a little bit about what my viewpoint on my hearing loss was growing up and what the transition looked like and what it is like now. Growing up, if you've watched any of my other videos or follow me on social media, I talk about this a lot. I used to hate my hearing loss. I used to absolutely hate my hearing loss. I refused to acknowledge it in the terms that I didn't want anybody to know about it. I didn't want my teachers to know about it. If someone met me, didn't know me, I didn't want them to find out. I did anything and everything I could to hide my hearing devices. So they were brown, they blended in with my hair. I would always wear my hair down. I would be extremely insecure to wear my hair up. And if I did, it was when I was playing sports or didn't have my hearing devices on. And I had a lot of negative experiences when I did share the fact that I had hearing loss with people around me, whether it was, friends or teachers or really anybody. And so that's why I had that concept of I need to be like everybody else. I need to show them that, I have normal hearing. In a ways, I was kind of showing them that my hearing loss doesn't define me when I look at it, hindsight 2020. But in the time, I had this mindset of they can't know that I have hearing loss, because once they know I have hearing loss, they're going to put me into this little box and put me into this thing that I'm not. And really, that is really degrading, because it really puts you on the edge of, oh my goodness, if someone finds out about my hearing loss, they're going to do this and this and this, and they're not going to think highly of me. They're not going to think positively towards me. They're going to be negative. They're going to say my hearing loss defines me. They'll say I'm not smart, anything like that. So that's what my mindset was growing up. Hide your hearing loss, make it look like you have normal hearing, which is very degrading to yourself, because it makes you into a perfectionist, and that is very hard to change out of. I still very much a perfectionist, just in different ways. But I didn't really start, I kind of started the transition of being more confident in my hearing loss a little bit around high school, because, I was like, they're going to find out anyway, so I might as well just, be upfront about it and say, I have hearing loss, I have cochlear implants. And if they don't want to stay being friends, then that's fine. It still was kind of 50-50 of I didn't want people to know about it, but then I wanted people to know about it. It was certain types of people, certain people. So it was more of like, I want my teachers to know, but I don't want my friends to know. And in college, my freshman year, I still had that mindset of I can do it on my own. Nobody is ever going to know that I have hearing loss. I'll perform just like everybody else. And I was drowning my freshman year of college, because I refused to ask for accommodations. I was like, I can do it on my own. I'm just like everybody else. And, it was a really big wake-up call of, hey, you actually do have hearing loss, and you need to use your accommodations to help you kind of supplement that and make sure you get all the information you need, rather than doing it all yourself and being overwhelmed and getting really anxious and getting really depressed when you didn't perform well on tests because you couldn't hear the professor talking. I really started, looking inward of maybe my actions that I have been doing aren't really benefiting me because I don't have a good view of my hearing loss as myself. So in my head, I was like, how can I advocate for myself when I don't even want to acknowledge my hearing loss? So I really had to dig deep and start acknowledging my hearing loss. So in the mornings, I would get up and say, okay, I have hearing loss, but I'm thankful for it because da 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 da. So usually I would say, I'm thankful for my cochlear implants because it gives me access to sounds in this world. I can listen to music. Music is a big thing for me. I love music. So that's something I really focused on. Something that I love to listen to with my cochlear implants. I loved music. And then on the hindsight, I was thankful for being able to take my implants off when I had a really long day, anything like that. And so really just slowly shifting that perspective of, okay, I'm thankful for my hearing devices. Just something small like that can make a huge step and a huge drastic change on how you express yourself with your hearing loss because you yourself are thankful for them, and then therefore you'll start being thankful for, okay, because I have hearing loss, I have access to these accommodations, and I'm thankful for my hearing loss because it gives me access to these accommodations like note takers, transcripts, closed captioning, preferential seating, FM systems or digital modulation systems nowadays. It's just really kind of like a small step is a big leap. Nowadays, I love talking about my hearing loss. As you can tell, I made my implants super vibrant, pretty, which is something 16-year-old me would have literally never done in her entire life. She would be hardcore judging me right now. I love it when my patients point them out, ask questions about it. I still do those affirmations of I'm thankful for my hearing loss because da 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 da. In college, I kind of gave myself the phrase deaf is beautiful, and there's nothing that will ever limit you because your hearing loss will never define you. And that's something that really hits home for me, and that's why I always say it to everybody that I can, because it really is something special to look at your hearing loss as a gift rather than, a burden that, the world views hearing loss as. And it really is not a burden if you really sit down and think about it, but it is really hard to view it as a gift because the world views it as such a burden and puts stigmas on us and expects us to perform a certain way or that we're not smart or anything like that. So it's really hard to shift out of a perspective that, almost everybody has against, disabilities, hearing loss, anything like that. So if you want to learn how to really shift your perspective on your hearing loss from a negative to positive, stay tuned for the series of Shift Your Perspective, and we will get down and dirty on how to really shift your perspective. Some days are going to be hard, some things you're going to love. But if you're interested in that, leave a comment below, but I will get into that series very, very soon. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a big, big thumbs up. If you want to see more videos of this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell icon to be notified of any future videos, especially in this series. I am going to really dig in and teach you how to shift your perspective on your hearing loss from negative to positive. Alright, I'll see you all next time. Bye.